that aren't here.
The technology is just.
Don't worry, Madam Chair. Here by voice vote.
Okay, we are working on the technology problem. We do have the technology. Okay, try this again.
There you go.
Okay. This week, the committee will take up House Bills 749, 750, and 889. Delegate Rust.
Madam Chairman, members of the committee, Madam Chairman, members of the committee, this is House Bill 749. And back some years ago, VITA was established as the executive branch's central procurement agency. And then in 2006, the General Assembly unanimously passed a bill which in essence allowed the Department of General Services to go and use contracts that made contracts available for use of private institutions for higher education. What we want to do is add language in here that will do the same thing for VITA. In other words, make VITA the same as Department of General Services. So it allows private, nonprofit institutions of higher education to directly enter and get on the VITA contracts, which we think will help them, will save money for the private institutions, which we're all hopefully in favor of. And this is the same language that we had back in '06, where DGS was added to that. It's a very simple bill. It simply gives private colleges, private universities the ability to get onto the VITA contracts. And that's the bill. It's explained on lines 48 through 50, and then an enactment clause at the end. Happy to answer any questions that anybody might have on that issue. I think it's pretty straightforward.
Are there any questions of the patron? Do we have anyone here to speak in favor of the bill?
Madam Chair and members of the committee, I'm Lisa Godotti with the Council of Independent Colleges of Virginia. We support the legislation. Leveraging the state purchasing contracts with VITA will realize cost savings for our institutions.
Good morning, Ashley Calvin with VITA. We obviously support the legislation as well. We think it's a win-win, just increase cost savings all around.
And do we have anyone in opposition to the bill? Okay.
Second.
All those in favor will vote on the electronic voting board. Okay. Ayes yea, nays zero. Okay. Delegate Rust, do you have?
Madam Chairman, members of the committee, I also have 750. We're having a little bit of a debate between a couple of agencies here in the state, and I'd like to ask you to carry that one by for the week. I think we'll get it sorted out in the next week and should be able to come back to you without any controversy over the matter. So if I could ask you to just carry it over to your next meeting, I would appreciate that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, so the bill is carried over to next week. Great. No, I guess
We have House Bill 889, Dolly Comstock's bill.
Okay, Madam Chairwoman, HB 889 is a bill that was suggested to me by a constituent, the purpose of which was to allow people to take the financial literacy class that we've required online, so people, so students might not have to do this during the school year, particularly some of the science students, band, people who have a lot of other electives wanted to be able to take it online to free that up possibly. And we have learned since the idea came to us that actually the Virginia Bankers Association and other folks have already are well on their way to do this. So I wanted to ask them to maybe address the issue today. And what we're going to do is set the bill aside, but we wanted to hear from them today about what they have done on this front. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chairman, members of the committee. Bruce Whitehurst, Virginia Bankers Association, and also currently the chairman of the Virginia Council on Economic Education. We've worked quite a bit at the Bankers Association in the financial services community and through the VCEE in support of the new high school required course in economics and personal finance. Part of that has been helping the Department of Education develop an online course, and we, through our Education Foundation, matched a similar amount from the Virginia College Savings Plan to provide private sector funding to enhance the virtual Virginia offering, which has now reached close to 13,000 high school students around the Commonwealth and is available free of charge to every school system in Virginia. It does provide the flexibility that some of those parents were looking for, where their children have a heavy course load, and I can attest to that. I can tell you that my daughter, who's a sophomore in high school in Henrico County, will be taking this very course online this summer. Thank you very much for the interest. We think this is a most important topic.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So I am going to ask, I guess, that my bill be passed by indefinitely.
You don't want to carry it over?
Or I'll carry it over. I'll carry it over. But we want to thank the Virginia Bankers Association for really addressing this issue, and I think the purpose of the bill has really been fulfilled by what they're doing.
Delegate Plum.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And Mr. Whitehead is still here. I would want to ask what efforts being made to make sure that public school divisions know about this free course. But I can tell you that the reaction in terms of what's happened in scheduling students now because of the additional requirement has been really quite negative. No quarrel about the need for economic education. The problem, as you know, is fitting it into the schedule. And I had not heard that this free course was available. Are schools generally knowledgeable of that and are making it available?
Yes, thank you, Delegate Klum, Madam Chairman. I actually would like to defer, if I may, to Ann Westcott, who's here from the Department of Education, because they've had direct communication with every school system about this course.
Ms. Westcott.
Good morning,
Good
Madam
morning.
Chairman, members of the committee. I'm Ann Westcott from the Department of Education, and yes, we make this widely available. We send out memos, emails to superintendents, to guidance counselors, to anyone we can think of. We have an online system where we can talk directly to teachers through emails. We let them know about this, so we make it as widely available as we can, and we make the course available to any school division at no cost to them.
And perhaps what we could do also is we could draft a letter for all the members of the committee and for other members of the General Assembly to inform their school systems of it, their schools, and their students, so everyone is available of this great opportunity too. So thank you all for working with us, and if you could provide the committee with some of the letters that you sent, we'll make sure that they get better publicity.
We'll be glad to.
Thank you.
All right, okay. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Echoing that line of questioning and good response, then I would offer an amendment on line 51, because as it reads, it just says this, the Board of Education shall develop. Well, I can think of that in terms of just developing it rather than, my amendment would be, and make available to each local school division. So it really is an online course that a small school division could just link to meet the requirement. So again, my amendment on line 51 would be after the word shall develop, insert and make available to each local school division.
The motion is to carry it over, so I would.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. She requested that it be carried over until next year, and I'm sure if she wants to make changes to it, she can do that when she brings it back. So we have a motion to carry it over. Do I have a second? Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Oh, it's recorded, sorry. Everyone indicate their vote on the electronic voting boards. The roll is closed. We have 19-0 to carry over House Bill 889.
Okay, there's no further business before the committee, but before we adjourn, I did want to recognize, today we have students from Northern Virginia, young women who are part of a Young Women's Leadership Program that I started this past year. And if they'd like to stand and be recognized, we want to thank them for coming down today. They're down here visiting the legislature. And we have 4 of our female legislators up here on the dais, as you see. And these young women have been with us for over a year now, just learning about leadership roles. And so now you also know that if you want to take an online financial literacy course, you can. So you can take that message back to your schools and let us know any other information we can provide you today. But enjoy your visit here today in the Capitol. Thank you. And so not any further business? Not any further business before us. The committee is adjourned.